This is arguably the biggest thing to happen to the Battlefront community since they shut down the game back in 2021, or more specifically stopped supporting the game. I honestly haven't been this excited for a new Battlefront thing for a long time. Yes, we did just have the Battlefront Classic Collection, and I was really excited for that, and it turned out to be a bit of a flop, and now that they've fixed, I guess, parts of the game, I don't know, the nostalgic feeling kind of ran out pretty quickly, and I actually ended up getting back into playing EA's Battlefront 2 a bit, but even that, I've played so many years, so many thousands of hours, that it gets stale after a while. But this is what we have all been waiting for, Kyber V2. I'm gonna go through all of this so you guys actually know what is Kyber. Why is this a big deal for Battlefront? What am I talking about? Obviously, this is not an official thing. It's not something that EA are doing. They're not reviving the game. But I would say that this is pretty much as close to getting back the support of this game as we can without actually getting the official support back, if that makes sense. Kyber is something that was initially released in 2021. Something that allowed players to actually play Battlefront 2 with all the mods online against other players. You'll be seeing a bunch of this gameplay in the background, which is from Kyber V1, basically playing various different mods online, making the game feel like, honestly, Battlefront 2.5, because it adds so much content, and when you can actually play with that online against other players, it feels like the real deal, because the mods are so well done. The problem with the first version of Kyber that released in 2021, and the reason to why it died down fairly quickly, was that first of all, it was only private matches, as in you had to actually host the servers on your PC, and if you disconnected or if you had to go, the server was shut down. Secondly, it was a bit too complicated, as you can see on the screen right now. You had to have the actual Kyber client up, you needed to have the website up with the server browser, and you needed to have the Frosty mod manager to handle all the mods, and then all of this had to work together with Steam or the EA app, and on top of that you had to have the correct mods in the right order that you had downloaded from Nexus Mods. And there was simply too many things that could go wrong, and this is what turned a lot of people off from using this. And even though playing with the full servers, we did do like huge 20 versus 20 heroes versus villains and crazy stuff like that, which was really fun, it was really hard to get it together, to get 40 people who had all of this stuff working together, and that's unfortunately why Kyber died down. But they have been working hard on Kyber V2, which I think is gonna be basically exactly what everyone wanted Battlefront 2 to be. And yes, in case you are wondering, this is obviously only for PC, because that's the only platform you can mod Battlefront 2 on, but right now you can get Battlefront 2 on PC for like $5. So as long as you've got a decent PC, I would highly recommend you to buy the game, even if you already own it on other platforms, because with all the mods available, it's totally worth it. So what is Kyber V2? Well, today they actually released a new, I guess we could call it, community transmission, where they go through exactly what Kyber V2 is, even showcasing some new clips of how it's gonna work when it's out. The biggest updates with Kyber V2 is that it's now gonna be dedicated 24/7 servers. This means that you can host a server and it will be up and running 24/7. You can choose, as always, which maps you want, which mods you want, what rotation of the maps and game modes and stuff like that, and basically make it into your personal server. This means that you can either host a server on your own PC if you just want to have your PC up and running as a host all the time, or you can host a server using a rented hardware service like many other games with custom servers have, or they will actually even have some official servers operated by Kyber, which will have a plethora of game modes across their different ping sites and mods. So for instance, I will probably get a Battlefront Updates server up and running that will be there 24/7. And on it, I'm gonna put my favorite maps, my favorite mods, and my favorite game modes, all specifically down to how exactly I want it. So that's the first big update to Kyber V2, actually having servers be there all the time. They're not just gonna be there when you're playing on your PC. But secondly, and arguably maybe the biggest update, which will hopefully make way more people get into this, is that you will now have automatic mod installation and Nexus mod integration. You no longer need to have the Frosty mod manager at all. You no longer need to go to their website to join and leave servers. But all of this will be done within the Kyber launcher, which will be directly integrated with Nexus mods. And all you have to do to join one of these services, go into the Kyber browser, find the server you want to join, click join, and it will automatically download and install all the correct mods, and once that's ready, you will get a prompt to join the server, and boom, you're in. Basically as simple as joining a real server in the game. So now everyone on PC can enjoy basically the full power of modded Battlefront 2 without any hassle. A hands-free installation process that greatly reduces the margin for error, because I do know a lot of people just thought it was too complicated with the old setup, but now it will be super easy. And they also have some example images of how the server browser is going to look, as well as the host page, where as you can see, you can just set up whatever rotation you want on the server and customize maximum players, cosmetic mods, and everything like that. But they've also got some other crazy stuff that I did not expect, such as the fact that they will actually have proximity voice chat, like in, you know, Fortnite, PUBG, Warzone. This is something you can obviously toggle off, because we all know how toxic proximity chat can be, but we also know how fun it can be. So just having the option to have that in the game, and I'm honestly not even sure how they figured that out, considering it's not built into the official servers, but definitely something I want to explore. But another absolutely huge thing is stats, progression, and tracking, something that we all have asked for since 2017. And then it said they are tracking our stats, and they did, but we were never able to access these official stats. But somehow Kyber can track and display stats for both official DICE multiplayer and community servers, including all the stats that DICE have been tracking over the years will now be available through the stats page for PC and Xbox players. I'm honestly not even sure how that goes, because obviously this is only on PC, but somehow they are able to access the Xbox player stats too, but unfortunately not the PlayStation stats. But just being able to see, like, imagine all these, like, I have like 1,200 hours in this game and I have no clue how my stats look. But with this, I'm gonna be able to see how bad I've actually been, or how good I've actually been, or how mediocre I've been throughout all of these years through the stats, which have been collected all this time. We just haven't been able to see them. And lastly, they also added a spectator mode, which means that you can actually spectate matches using the game's built-in spectator camera, and you will not count as a player, and you're not visible to players in any way. So if you just want to hop in there and record some cool clips of people playing, or just see what your friend is up to, you can do that as much as you want to. But that is not all. I've almost left one of the biggest stuff to the end, which isn't directly linked to Kyber, but kind of, which is map modding in the game. There has been some early attempts to that I tried a couple of years ago that were a bit meh, but now we've got proper map modding available in Battlefront 2. This was posted on Reddit a couple of days ago, which showcases the Jedi Temple map from the classic Battlefront 2 game, but that have been remade in EA's Battlefront 2. And I spoke to the people over at Kyber. They will be supporting modded maps, so this will also be available to play in Kyber V2 once the actual modded map is released, meaning that you can just put together an absolutely massive mod with a modded map, with modded characters, with everything modded, but still accessible through one simple join click in the Kyber browser. I cannot explain how excited I am for this, and I know there's gonna be some comments, but it's only for PC. Well, this is the best we're gonna get. We're not gonna get official revived support for this game. It's never happening. Are we getting a Battlefront 3 at some point? I don't know, man. To be honest, maybe in 5 years. But this is as good as community-made support for this game is ever gonna get. So if you have the game on PC, look out for this. I will be covering it a lot on my channel. I will be streaming it. I will hopefully participate in some early playtests to show you some gameplay. And if you don't own the game on PC, consider getting it. It's really cheap. I think like $5-10 you can probably get it for. And if you have a decent PC, it's definitely worth trying it out. And I just hope that with the way Kyber V2 works, it's gonna create a thriving, lasting, online multiplayer modded community that will hopefully make this game last forever, since it also means that whatever the community creates in terms of mods, we will be able to play it right away in Kyber V2 through just one simple click. But I would love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. Are you excited for this? And did you ever have a chance to try Kyber V1? Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the force be with you.